Showers, torrential downpours, Max Verstappen just driving away like he normally does. This weekend is the Brazilian GP. We don't know what's going to happen, but I do know a few things about this race weekend that you need to know about before watching this weekend's race for Formula One. Welcome to Track Limits. My name is John, the motorsports enthusiast. Let's get into the episode. So we are in round 21 of 24 of the Formula One season, and this title fight is absolutely bonkers right now. Lando Norris leading Oscar Piastri by 1 point, but don't count out Max. He's 36 points back. Here's everything you need to know about this weekend. So like I said before, it is round 21 of 24. Big weekend because we only have 4 races left and 2 sprints. This weekend is a sprint weekend for Formula One, so it's very important that drivers get the points that they need, especially for a driver like Max Verstappen trying to decrease the delta between him and the first place, which he's done over the last 6-7 races. So that sprint weekend is going to be important. Here's the schedule for this upcoming weekend in Eastern Time, starting on Friday, November 7th. What the heck am I doing? November 7th at 9:30 a.m. is FP1, followed by sprint qualifying at 1:30 p.m. Then on Saturday the 8th, it is the sprint at 9 a.m., followed by qualifying at 1 p.m. Then on Sunday, November 9th, the Brazilian GP starting at 12 p.m. Is it going to rain? Is it not going to rain? I'll tell you what the forecast says a little bit later on in the video. Let's talk about the Drivers' Championship. Lando Norris has got the lead by 1 point over his teammate with Mr. Max Verstappen, 36 points back. We've seen Max make big strides, little strides. Last week he made a little bit of a stride comparatively to weeks past. Either way, he is 36 points back. So with it being a sprint weekend, the max points he can gain, get it? Terrible joke. The max points he can gain is 33. And if Lando Norris or Oscar Piastri doesn't gain any points, he could potentially be within 3 points of this championship fight, meaning the leader has 357, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri has 356, and Max Verstappen could end the weekend with 354. Now let's talk about the track and let's talk about the weather because this is going to be very important. So this race is 71 laps, 305.9 kilometers long, and for all the Americans out there like myself, 192 miles. Now there is 15 corners at Interlagos with 2 DRS zones. The first zone between turns 1 and turn 2 with the activation point between turn 3 and turn 4. And the second DRS zone is between corners 13 and 14 with the activation zone between 14 and 15 going all the way towards turn 1. Very, very likely you're going to see a lot of passing opportunities like we have going into turn 1 and then going into turn 4. Now for the discussion that I've been waiting for in this episode, the weather. So the weather across the board has been very questionable, depending on what kind of sources you want to look at. If you look at AccuWeather, if you look at the Weather Channel, if you look at Google, if you look at the local weather, it shows that there's going to be rain at some point in the 3-day weekend. Do we know when? Do we know how hard? Do we know how long? No, we have no idea because all of them have been different. But this is what I've gotten from the official Formula One website. So on Friday, we have a 40% chance of rain. Don't know what that means. 40% chance of rain with a gradual increase in rain throughout the day. So possibly going to have some showers during practice and sprint qualifying. And I think that's going to be very, very important when it comes to the race in the sprint and also in qualifying when that rain happens. On Saturday, we have an 80% chance with very strong wind. This is going to be a big deal, especially for qualifying, because we saw last year Max Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris, they didn't really finish anywhere close to each other. Oscar Piastri finished in 8th, Lando Norris finished in 6th, Max Verstappen won the race in a very wet race. If qualifying turns out to be a torrential downpour and they have to use wets, watch out for Max to go to the top because the McLaren struggled in the rain last year. And then on Sunday, there is a 20% chance of rain, should be clear by the race with maybe a shower or two. This is very important because that's just going to make qualifying possibly the deciding factor in who wins this race. So qualifying on Saturday is going to be more important than ever this weekend, especially for the three title contenders. And my note here that I have on my lovely piece of note is rain quali will win this race. I think that that's going to be the deciding factor. Whoever can qualify ahead of the other 2 competitors in a championship, I believe will win this race. So my pick, if I have to give one this weekend, it's a rain weekend, it's Max. I think Max is going to be honed in. He's going to be more dialed in than ever. He's going to be calm and composed. He knows what to do in the rain. watch out for Max Verstappen in this race. That concludes today's episode of Track Limits. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to get more racing content, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any content here on ATYL Media. And let me know who your pick is for the Brazilian GP down in the comments. See you next week.